All right, we did not get a chance to film the siding going on. We had a really crazy busy day, but there's like 8 people here putting siding on. And in one day, this entire house is now sided, except for where we're putting the evolve stone. Everything came in super early. We were expecting 4 or 5 weeks out. It was like a week for the vinyl siding and another couple days for the evolve stone. I've got paint for all my blocks where we're gonna put electrical outlets, and we can get started on putting this evolve stone on. Got one corner down, almost. I've got to rip some to continue on down past the bottom of my OSB. I want to make sure that I'm actually going past it. I don't just stop right at it. I don't want water going back towards the house. So I'm gonna go ahead and rip a piece in half. I think continue on and it'll hang down about an inch. These are my only 2 cutting tools that I'm going to use today. Got this battery powered DeWalt little flex jigsaw, and that's really all you need for this evolve stone, which is really nice. There's no wet saws involved, no stone hammers, stone chisels, nothing like that. It's all composite, so super easy to cut with just a regular old blade. Particular color is called Morning Aspen, and the style is called Natural True. And when you're using it outside, you got to have a sill. The very top edge of all of this, that wood will come off. The top sill will go on kind of at an angle so that when the rain hits it, it kind of comes out and down. But before I put that on, I've got to put this rain screen on, and all this does is create a gap between the wall and the stone so that when rain gets behind the stone, which it will, it has a place to wick water down and out away from the home, never to intrude into the walls. All right, continue on with our evolve stone here, but before I continue on, I need to paint this trim here the color that we want to paint it, so that I don't have to worry about getting paint all over my evolve stone after the fact. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some big stretch in those holes. We're going to go with a black for both the door and the door trim, or the brick mold around the door. The only areas I have to worry about are the ones where the evolved stone is going to be. So I'm going to get these 2 front doors done, and we'll continue on with our evolved stone installation. I'm going to show you some of the pieces. Kind of opened up one box. I've got 3 different sizes. You got your really long ones, your medium, and your small. And these are the sill. You can see the profile. There you go. So this part goes up against the house. Underneath here is where the rest of the stone goes down the wall. And you can see it's tapered downward so that when the rain hits here, it flows out and away from the stone. So we'll kind of go out here. We'll turn our corner going out with the other direction. This will get 3-inch trim screws. Just, it calls for 2 of them in each sill. Not too close to the edge. I think you want to be in about 3 inches from the edge. So I'll get all these on, going all the way to the garage door and all the way to our stop. And then I'll start laying the field out. Now, the one thing you do need to know when doing this evolved stone, at least in this style, is that there's not really a pattern to go off of. So you just kind of make up your pattern as you go along. It doesn't matter if you have a few of the joints lined up, if you put a couple of the small ones together, medium ones together, large ones together, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that at the end of the project, that it looks natural. So what you're going to do is stand back every once in a while and take a look at it. Make sure that the job that you're doing looks like it should. A weird word or term to use when you're talking about doing work, look like it should if you don't know what you're doing. But look back at it and say, yes, I like the way this looks. That's the way it should look. I'm going to put these pieces up. I'm using these 3-inch, they're gold trim head screws, and I'm burying it just slightly into the stone, and then I throw a little bit of clear silicone on, and the whole thing kind of just disappears. I like to carry my speed level, set it up underneath, make sure that my very first pieces are going to be level. That way everything below that starts off on a good solid level foundation, because I like to start from the top and work my way down. So I'm going to go ahead and get the sill on, and then I'm going to continue on getting the sill down the rest of the way. I will finish all of the sill before I start laying the rest of the evolved stone. I use a lot of the Big Stretch caulking. I've used the tub and tile products and the Lexo, and they all seem to be just great products. Big Stretch clear goes on white so that you can see what you're doing, but it'll dry clear. And I'll show you an example. As you can see, if you get real close, you can notice it, but far away, kind of just knots in the stone, just kind of little divots. Nothing too crazy. So on these boxes of sill, one box does a linear 25 feet. So for this project, I purchased 4 boxes. I think 3 would have been very close, but I didn't want to be short, so I went ahead because it's a special order. I got 4 boxes. I'll finish this up, get this sill plate on, and go to town. you see when you come to the edge like this, you don't have quite enough space for a full sill. So what you got to do is you got to cut one down. Well, I like to make sure that the factory rough edge is out and open. So what I did is pushed the nice edge up and made a mark on the other edge so that it'll butt end. The end will butt into the other piece that I cut. That way this gets hidden and the factory stone looking edge is out. Worst case scenario, you could beat this up with a knife and rub some dirt into it and it would look very similar to the factory edge. But wherever possible, I like to make sure that the factory edge is always out to where you can see it. So when you put that in, that cut end is never seen. So I realized that I said that there's not really an established pattern with this particular product, at least in this style. However, I am too OCD for that, so I still want to establish, even if I vary from the pattern a little bit, I want to establish a starting point for my pattern. So what I've done here is I set up a table with all the different sizes, and I just kind of started laying them out in a way that made sense. I didn't have a lot of joints touching, and I don't have any particular way about it. So I'll start, if you can see this row, 2 smalls, a long one, 2 smalls, and I'll probably just continue that along that row. This one here, got a small one, a medium one, small one. Again, same, continue on doing that, and it will look good. So I'm gonna start putting it up on the wall. If it doesn't look good, it's just some finish nails. I could take it off and start again, but that's what I want to try to go with. So let's see how it looks. Hey, I just wanted to take a moment and thank Brunt Workwear. They sent me a pair of boots to try out. I love them so far. They're durable, they're comfortable, and that is important to me while I'm on the job. There's all sorts of terrain that we walk on every day, between the rocks, the uneven ground, ladders, all sorts of things. And these boots have been super comfortable. So go ahead and check them out. And in the promotion code, type Pioneer Adventure 10 and get yourself 10% off. Following along on our journey through this brand new fixer-upper. If you enjoyed yourself, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, continue watching every episode that we put out. We're also getting ready to start another build. I'm not sure what we're going to call that one yet, but we'll finish the brand new fixer-upper. If you enjoyed the Evolve Stone, go ahead and check that product out. They are amazing, super easy to install. Thanks for following along.